Wow. Boom. Exactly. Deshaun Brown, most definitely, man. Texas. Man, we just got Amari Niblack, man. He commits to Texas, man. It's this Horns Corner rapid reaction. Man, I'm excited about this one. You guys just heard me talk earlier today about the transfer portal and what guys that Texas might have been able to get. And we know that like I think Niblack comes on campus tomorrow. He ain't even on campus yet. You know what I'm saying? So this is crazy, bro. They just had Jabbar, he came through, so he was on. But man, I tell you what, man, this is exciting. What's up, man? Hey, Deshaun says yes, that offense should be something serious. Exactly. Look, this is what gets me about the offense now is man, this man got so many weapons. He has so many weapons. Like man, you got Bond and Golden and Bolden and Cook and Niblack and Gunnar Helm and uh the backfield, Baxter and Blue. Oh my God, this is crazy. If Victor Santiago says Muhammad next, hey man, we'll see, man. We shall see. But look, I want to talk about um just about Niblack and what this means for the offense, right? Texas loses. They lose JT Sanders. He's going to the draft this year, right? So he's going to the draft this year. They lose him, and they got to find some kind of replacement for him. And so we all know Gunnar Helm's that dude too as well, man. But he's more of a guy that he's going to be a more versatile guy that's going to either block or catch. He's really good at both. But Niblack, he comes in. I mean, he's going to be a receiving threat. He's damn near another receiver, but he's 6'4", 235 pounds, and man, I'm telling you, um, you know, man, Mr. Potato is. I think we'll start to see four wide receivers now, even though he's a tight end, but he's more of a receiving tight end. Um, a freaky athlete, folks. I mean, like a freaky athlete. So somebody asked earlier, today when I was on live, exactly just how, like, who was going to be the person that was going to do those jump balls and those contested balls. And this is an opportunity for Texas to have a guy like Niblack come in and be that guy. Man, this is, you talking about crazy, man. Having JT Sanders leave, having that guy replaced by Niblack, um, the show doesn't stop, folks. I'm telling you, I told you guys earlier today, Steve Sarkeesian sees exactly what he has in this team. And he understands that this is his opportunity to seize the moment. And I think Steve Sarkeesian sees the roster that he has, and he sees the offensive line that he has, and he sees that he has the right players coming back on defense and the right players coming back on offense, and understands that he can go for broke right now. Like this team can compete for a championship next year. He could taste it. He was so close this year. If this team plays a clean game against Washington, this team plays against Michigan, and who knows what happens. But if it's for fish, I'd be drunk. But this team had a lot of meat left on the bone and still finished as the third ranked team in the country. They had a lot that they accomplished this year, but I still think Steve Sarkeesian thinks that this season was unfinished. And so he's going for it, folks. And then also, Nick Saban retiring, folks, had a lot to do with this as well. The SEC is wide open. And so when you go and get a guy like Niblack and you couple him with the offensive skill talent that you got here at the University of Texas and those wide receivers, you're seeing Steve Sarkeesian putting playmakers on that field. He's putting playmakers. He's going to make sure that when Quinn Ewers comes out next year and has the talent that he's going to have here on campus, that he's going to be fully prepared to unleash an offense that we haven't seen here in the 40 acres in quite some time. And look, I'm excited about it. I know you guys are excited about it if you're sitting here listening to this video at 10 o'clock tonight. But Niblack commits and he hasn't even been on campus yet. So this tells you Steve Sarkeesian is cooking right now, folks. In the South, man, I'm from Shreveport, Louisiana. We say he's cooking with hot grease right now. That grease is hot. He about to drop that. He dropping that catfish in there. That grease is hot. You know what I'm saying? So look, man, Niblack coming to Texas is just something that is needed. We were wondering where that second tight end was going to come from. Was it going to be Juan Davis? Was it going to be Spencer Shannon, who's pretty young? Was it going to be Will Randall? Look, we got Gunnar Helm. He's already a tight end that is going to get a lot of snaps. He got a lot of snaps, last year as well. But now you bring in Niblack, and I don't think you have a drop off when it comes to the receiving side of the house, because he's going to pick up right where JT Sanders left off when it comes to receiving the ball. He might not get as many targets and touches because the talent that we are bringing in is stupid. Is stupid right now. But what he is going to do is he is going to be that receiving threat here at Texas, a la what Sanders was able to do for Texas. Niblack is a guy that look here, man. Alabama fans are very high on. They did not want to see him leave, and there's a reason why, because of the talent that he was and the talent that he is. Last year alone, he averaged 16 yards per catch. Also had four touchdowns, and and about 324 yards or something like that, man. So that was in that offense, and now I think he's coming to a more efficient, team and a more efficient QB, especially on the offensive side of the ball. And this team's going to eat. This team's going to eat. All right, so I got a comment from Jared Green here. Jared Green says, yo, Sark is the man. Now Malik's cousin has to be next, right? Yeah, so, if you guys are, under a rock right now, Malik, his cousin is actually, that's going to be Jabbar Muhammad. And I tell you what, man, he's going to be an outstanding asset if Texas is able to pull him in as well. But look, man, Niblack, this is all about Niblack today. If we go look at him from his profile when it comes to recruiting, man, you're looking at the time when he was recruited, 5-star recruit coming out of college. Oh, I'm sorry, coming out of high school. Let me share my screen right quick so I can actually show you guys what's going on. What's up, Mash, man? What's up? This is getting nuts, Nina. Yes, this is getting really nuts, man. Like, Sark is in his bag right now, and look, I'm all here for it. I'm here for it, man. Look, it is what it is. But look, let's go ahead and let's share the screen here. Let's share the screen so you guys can see Niblack and everything about him. All right. So when Niblack came out of high school, he was a 5-star recruit. He was a consensus 4-star guy coming out of high school. On3 had him ranked as number 1 tight end in the country and a top 27 prospect in the country. 247 had him as a number 99 ranked player in the country. ESPN had him the lowest at 298. Rivals had him as number 95th ranked player in the country. So he's a national top 100 player in the country, folks. An On3 composite at the time, out of high school, 6'4", 220 pounds, out of high school, as a 89th ranked prospect in the country, the 3rd ranked tight end in the country, the number 14th ranked player in the state of Florida. But we've seen what he's able to do at Alabama, and just to see that he is the number 1 tight end in the transfer portal. It just goes to show you that he is a highly coveted player. He's one of the top 15 players here in the transfer portal, number 1 tight end in the portal. And you see what Sark's going to do. I am really interested to see just the packages that Sark's going to throw out there, folks. This is getting crazy. Look, Mash, I'm with you, man. I'm with you. This is getting crazy because I want to see the packages that he's going to throw out there. Sark, we understand he loves 12 personnel. He loves 11 personnel. He loves 12 personnel for the season, folks. I have the numbers right here for the season. He used 11 personnel a lot more, about 150 more plays, but the next biggest play set was 12 personnel. You can tell he loves that 12 personnel. It's kind of who he is. But with the influx of wide receivers that Sarkeesian is bringing in, it's how's he going to get these weapons on the field? And look, I trust Sark. He gonna figure it out, man. He's gonna figure it out. I had the stat up there earlier today about Steve Sarkeesian and how did he utilize those 4 wide receivers in 2019 when he had Ruggs and he had Judy and he had Smith, and also he had Judy, Smith, Ruggs, and Waddle. And those guys got a lot of snaps. I think Smith averaged about 48 snaps a game. I think Judy was about 46, Ruggs was about 44, and then Waddle had about 23 to 24 snaps a game. And that was with 4 wide receivers, okay? Now, the tight end was not that prolific in that offense that year because he had so many wide receivers. Now he has 4 good wide receivers, 3 that he got from the portal, right? And Jonte Cook coming back, who's a 5-star guy, and now you're bringing in Niblack to come in and play tight end. And so, how is this going to mesh? It's going to mesh well because Sark's going to make it mesh. He's going to scheme up. And people are worried about the wide receiver rotation and that Sark didn't really rotate the past couple years. And I'm not going to say he didn't rotate because he didn't have the talent per se. Is I don't know if he probably didn't rotate because he didn't probably trust that those other guys are going to be at the same level when a guy like um, AD Mitchell comes out the field, right? Like who's going to step in and be AD Mitchell, right? Who's going to step in and be, a guy like Worthy? Could Cook have done that? Possibly. But you can tell Sark's not really big on playing those freshmen. He wants those guys to sit in that system. And also, Sark's going to the SEC next year, folks. His first year, man, in the SEC. And I don't think he wants to hand the keys over this to some freshmen, at the skill position, right? So, um, this is gonna be sick. I'm excited about it. Look, man, Jared Green says, yeah, hook him. Yeah, Nino, you the man too, man. Appreciate that, Jared. Appreciate that, man. I was just on the podcast. And look, here's the podcast I was on, man. What's up, Harish? So he said, yeah, Sark is not playing. And when the information came out, I was filming with these guys, man, and we just was like, wow, man, look, I want to get that film from you because that's like a great moment, man. But yeah, Sark ain't playing. He understands he's going to the SEC. He has to understand the assignment, what is going on now. Sark understands that I need to go in there and dominate day one, and I can't hand the keys over at those positions to freshmen. He's going to hand those keys over to established guys, and that's what Sark is doing here with the addition of a guy like Niblack coming in as number 1 tight end in the transfer portal, coming to the University of Texas. More comments here. Huntington Beach, he says average speed at the skill position is 4.28. Oh man, look at that, man. That is fast, man. Cape, what's going on, Cape? He's a lifetime guy that comes on the show all the time. Cape says at this point, I just keep live streaming until spring. Exactly, man. This is crazy, but this is what you live for. And Texas fans, we deserve this. We deserve it, right? We deserve it. Look, man, Texas fans that have been down here and been down with this team through the good and the bad, man. This is what it's all about. Is when you finally get your coach, we understand that we finally have our coach, man. He's built a culture here. He's brought the players here that have bought into the culture, and it's a destination place to where kids want to come play because 1, Texas is winning. 2, Texas has a great culture. 3, Austin is a hell of a city. It's like none other as a college town. And 4, it's Texas. It's Texas, man. Kids want to come play for Texas now. It's different when you see that Longhorn everywhere, and it's different when you see people put the horns down because it means something, right? No other school can identify with the things that we do. That's why they hate us. And so, look, man, I'm excited about it. This is a great pickup. Niblack is definitely going to be a dog in this offense. It's awesome. So Jared Green says, any more news coming tonight or tomorrow? And he'll tell him, man. My boy G Walk. I was just talking about you today, bro, on the other show that I was on. You guys know who George Walker is, man. George is one of those guys, man, who came in that era when Texas was winning a championship and going on, man, one of the top receivers come out of the country in his year. And also one of the top basketball players in the state of Texas and the city of Houston. Also, George is that guy, man. That's my dude, my road dog. I call him all the time about Texas stuff, man. So, but yeah, hey, man, it is what it is, G-Walk. It is what it is, man. We got this, man. We got this. Sark is doing his thing, man, G-Walk. He in his bag, baby. He in his bag. Any more news coming tonight, Jared? Not sure. Not sure. But I'm not gonna go to sleep. I don't think nothing's coming tonight, though. To be honest with you, I don't think nothing's coming tonight. But Texas is on a run right now, and like I was just saying on a previous podcast I was on, folks, is that In previous years, Tom Herman, also previous years for Charlie Strong, what was Texas doing in the transfer portal? They were pulling offensive linemen because we didn't do the necessary work to build those trenches up. Right. So we had to go get a Calvin Anderson from Rice, and nothing to, against that, because Calvin Anderson is making money right now in the league. He's starting, I think, for the Broncos, wasn't he, or the Patriots, one of the two. But he's playing in the league. But we had to go get offensive lineman from Rice, and that paid dividends. We needed that, right? We had to go get guys like Parker Braun from Georgia Tech, and we had to go bring transfers in to play because we needed it, right? Texas was dead last in recruiting the offensive line in those 5 years previous to Sark coming in, and they were dead last tied with Kansas, folks, when it comes to scholarship offensive linemen. So we weren't able to go and hand pick and cherry pick the different skill position players that we wanted because we had to build the trenches up. Sark has completely flipped that thing around, man, where now he has built the trenches up, and guess what we're able to do? We're able to go cherry pick skill position players that we want because it's almost plug and play now. And that's the beauty about what Sark is building here at the University of Texas. And that's what you have to like it, and that's what you have to understand what he is doing. And he said it since day one that his main goal was to build those trenches up because it all starts in the trenches. It all starts in the trenches, man. So I'm excited about where this team is going. I'm excited that this team got Niblack. Man, Sark, you in your bag right now. Jeff Banks has another toy to play with, basically. You got Niblack in that room now. You got Gunnar Helm. Bama fans are, as soon as, the word was coming out that maybe he was coming to Texas and he was going to hit the portal, then the negative Nancy's came out and said, well, he's not a great blocker. Look, I saw what Jeff Banks did to get, JT Sanders to be able to block better. And look, he's going to have this guy in for spring and fall. And is he going to be a finished product, by fall? Probably not, but he's going to be a lot better because I trust Jeff Banks. We've seen the maturation process of these players with Jeff Banks and on special teams, also in the tight end room as well. So Niblack coming here is going to open the doors here for the University of Texas at that tight end position. The position packages that Texas is going to have here this upcoming year, man, is going to be extraordinary. We're going to see some 10 personnel. And I told you guys, when I track 10 personnel, which is 1 running back, 0 tight end, so basically 4 wide receivers. When I tracked it this season, it's about 6.5% for this season. I tracked it a little different than Pro Football Focus. I don't think Pro Football Focus tracks their 10 personnel from previous years with the tight end. If the tight end is out there, but he's split wide as a wide receiver, I count that as 10 personnel because there is no tight end in the field. And you got JT Sanders line up as a wide receiver and not in the line, right? To me, that is 10 personnel. I don't care if he's a tight end or not. These guys are very versatile in this positionless football, right? These are guys that play a little bit of everything. You can put JT Sanders, and sometimes he needs to be covered by a cornerback. He's that damn good. Niblack's going to have to be covered by a cornerback, folks. There's no linebacker who can cover him. There's some safeties, maybe, but there's no linebacker that can cover this guy. So Sark is playing chess right now. He's playing chess. So that 10 personnel package that I said at 6.5% from the previous year, from 2023 season, that's going to play in it too this year. And it's going to be a combination where there's Niblack, Golden, Bolden, Bond, and Cook. Those are 5 guys that have the opportunity to play in that 10 personnel package. And then if you want to go speed, man, you put a guy like Jaden Blue at running back. If you want to go speed, oh, come on, man. Sark, you in your bag, dog. You in your bag, Sark. You in your bag. You really in your bag right now. I'm feeling it, man. But look, man, let me know in the comments how you guys feel about getting Niblack here to Texas. He committed today. Today, man. Fred Bowie says, let me see. Fred Bowie says, another good video. Texas is building a true beast. Yes, Fred, we are, and I'm excited about it. And he's building a beast the right way. And he is going into the SEC with the intention of competing from day one. This is no rebuild. This is a reload. And Sark understands the assignment. In Texas, we got the right coach for this. Extending that man was outstanding. We got him here to 2030. These kids, when they come on campus, they know that he's going to be here until at least 2030. Sark, he's good, man. He's good. JW Crunch says absolutely there will be a lot of 10 personnel. I won't say a lot, JW Crunch. I did the numbers on this on that 2019 team in Alabama. They only used 10 personnel 5.3% of the time, 42 snaps. 42 snaps out of like 725 snaps. So it won't be a lot. I think he's going to rotate. Sark is going to use his personnel. He's going to rotate those wide receivers. And he's going to rotate Niblack also. And I'm going to tell you why. He's building a staff. He's building a team that he's comfortable with. You know, no disrespect to the players that were here before he recruited them. Those weren't his guys, folks. He was able to win with them. But I don't think he didn't have a guy behind Adonai Mitchell that he thought that I could spell Adonai and still be out there to perform. Let's say, for instance, if Silas Bolden starts, right? And let's say, for instance, if Matthew Golden doesn't start in the game. If I got to spell Silas Bolden and I got to give 25 to 30 snaps or 40 snaps to a guy, the drop-off between him and Golden might be null. It might be nothing. He trusts that. He understands that no matter who I put out there, my dudes is ready. They are ready. Man, I see so many similarities with this team to previous teams. Like, you know, when G Walk was on the roster, man, it's ridiculous. You know, I tell people all the time, Vince Young won that championship in his 4th year in college, folks. His 3rd year starting, his 4th year in college. He won his first Big 12 championship and the only national championship that this team has had in forever, right? And Vince Young's 4th year on campus. Quinn's 4th year on campus is next year. That 2004 season, we were winning games, but we weren't blowing people out. That 2005 season, it was kicking ass and taking names. You know what I'm saying? So I see something very similar here, and I think Sark sees it too. I do. I think Sark sees this, man. He sees that he has this quarterback that's probably gonna be a first-round draft pick next year. You know, when he comes out, this is last season here. Then he's gonna turn the keys over to Arch, right? But he has the talent there that's still gonna be here. You know, CJ Baxter, he'll be a 3rd-year guy after this year coming up. I mean, he's only a 2nd-year guy, and you got Jaden Blue and it's the Savion Reds and the Trey Wisners, but you got a guy like Niblack who has 2 more years to play, right? And so if you keep him, the continuity at the tight end position is going to be sick. He's going to have 2 years, man. It's going to be sick. Gunnar, I think Gunnar has 1 more year too. And then that's when you start to bring along these highly touted recruits, a Spencer Shannon, a Will Randall. We're getting out of the habit that we used to be in underneath Tom Herman and also Charlie Strong, where we had highly touted freshmen come in and they had to come save the team. They had to come save us, folks. Like, that is not the case now. We can bring a Ryan Williams in if he decides to commit to Texas or wherever he goes, or a Ryan Wingo. We can bring him in, which he is coming to Texas. And we don't have to rely on him to be the guy day one. He can sit. He can mature. He can let the game slow down for him while he's learning from a guy like Isaiah Bond, while he's learning from a Silas Bolden, a Matt Golden, and a Jonte Cook on what it takes to be a collegiate athlete. We don't have to depend on those guys to save the team. You think, guys, we had to depend on Sam Ehlinger to come and pretty much be the guy from day one. We had to depend on Shane Buechele to be the guy from day one. We had, Malik Amiss. He had to be the guy from day one at linebacker, right? We had to depend on guys like Kelvin Banks to come and be the guy because we had nobody else. In a typical situation, you would want Kelvin Banks to sit a year. He's so much of a beast. He didn't have to sit a year. But those are the things that we had to depend on these freshmen to come out and be the guys. And we don't have to do that anymore, folks. Sark is building this thing the right way. He's letting these guys sit. These guys are seeing that, Adonai Mitchell's coming in for 1 year and he's already, slated to be maybe a fringe first round pick, a definite second round pick. Worthy is another guy who's leaving and going to be a second round pick probably. If Worthy shines at the combine, he might be a first round pick, right? So they're understanding that it's okay to sit. It's okay to learn. It's okay to wait my turn, right? It's okay to wait my turn. It's fine. I'm going to play eventually. And when I play, I'm going to shine because it's set up for me to shine because I've been through the process. I've done multiple reps and the mental reps that I've done every freaking day in practice. And me as a wide receiver, I've seen X do it. I've seen Adonai do it. Now I'm seeing Golden do it. And I'm seeing Bond. And I'm seeing Cook do it. And now my second or third year in the program, I'm ready to be a dog. That's what Sark's doing, man. In my second year of the program, I'm going to be a dog. I might not be the man right now, but next year I'm gonna be the man. You know what I'm saying? So look, you got to appreciate it. So Jared Green says, so you think Quinn can throw for 6,000 yards next year? Oh man, that's just crazy. Quinn might get 4,000 passing yards. Like real talk. Like real talk. He might get 4,000 passing yards this year. Like real talk. He might get 4,000. If he didn't already have it this year, let me check his stats, man. Let's check Quinn Ewers' stats this year. I'm just going to do like a brief little thing to see what he got. Quinn passed for this year. Quinn passed for 3,479 yards, 22 touchdowns, 6 interceptions this year, and he missed 2 games. So, and that's also added with 2 games because he had the Big 12 championship game and the game against Washington. So, so honestly, he played 12 games this year, okay? And he had 3,500 yards basically. I think Quinn gets 4,000 yards next year. I think he gets 4,000 in the regular season. I ain't talking about no championship games, no playoffs. I think Quinn will get 4,000 yards next year. I'm in my bag right now, man. I'm in my feelings right now. He about to get 4,000 yards next year. Yeah, all right, man. So here's my boy Deshaun. He says, I hope this helps Art stay patient. Yeah, man. I think, man, look, like the Mannings, they're probably looking at this and saying, Eli sat for 2 years. Peyton, what Peyton sat for 1 year? Was it 1 year, or did Peyton start off their rep? Yeah, man, it's just this is a kid whose family is like football royalty. They get it. They understand the assignment. You know what I'm saying? So, hopefully Arch doesn't go anywhere, but I don't see Arch going anywhere. Top 3 wide receivers get 1,000-yard season. I'm not gonna go that far, Jared. Like I won't go that far. But I can easily see one guy getting 1,000, maybe one getting 800 to 900, another one in that 700 range, another one in that 500 range, and I see Niblack probably with like another 400, and then you got to factor in balls going to the wide receivers too, especially Jaden Blue. I mean, this could get nasty. Yeah, 4,030 plus touchdowns. Look, I see 4,000. I think Sark saw. Excuse me. Sark saw that he got what's the boy's name? Mac Jones. Mac Jones was able to get 4,000 plus. You know what I'm saying? I think he sees that Quinn's arm talent is better than Mac Jones. And he thinks he can make it work. And I think he knows he can make it work. Let me see. Cape says, I know Bo Davis wouldn't have left to LSU if he knew the team couldn't continue to progress without him. That's a good sign that someone so good has so much faith in the team. Okay. That he isn't worried about leaving. Nah, I think, man, LSU cut him a check. You saw that guaranteed money that man got? Like 3 years, like $4.2 or $4.3 million for a defensive line coach. And he got that check. And I think his son's going to walk on. He get to coach his son too. I mean, so yeah, man, I get it. But yeah, man, look, that man got that check. Yeah, end of the day, this is a business. You know what I'm saying? This is a business. So, he had to make the right decision for himself and his family and also the opportunity to coach his son, man. You can't beat that. He said, look, man, Harris says could be 4,500 yards because of playoff games. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's right. Peyton did start as a freshman. That's right. That's right, Vic. That's right. He started a true freshman. My bad. Yeah, I think, let's see, what year was that? Was that 90? When did Peyton come out, y'all? When did Peyton come out? Give me some help on that. Let me see, Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning, college. I'm going off script right now for a little bit. Peyton came out. He was in college 94 to 97. Yeah, that's right. Because 98, my homeboy Greg Barnum ended up committing to Tennessee as a center. And yeah, he committed, I think 98 or 99. But he actually started his freshman year as a center at Tennessee, and then he ended up transferring out. But yeah, long story about that one. Jared Green says, yeah, Niblack and Bond are yeah, definitely. Yeah, exactly. But look, we don't play Bama next year. Georgia's who we play next year. You know what I'm saying? Unless we play Bama in the playoffs, but yeah, Georgia's our team next year. We don't play Bama next year. Yeah, 98 was his rookie year. Quinn threw for 3,479 yards and missed 3 games this year. He probably would have threw, was it 3 or 2? I thought he missed 2 games, man. He missed 2 games this year. He missed the BYU game and the Kansas State game. The rest of them he played. But this year here, I think he could have got 4,000. He gonna go like 4,000 plus this year. I mean, easily. And this year, I thought the offense was really balanced too with the with Brooks in, like Brooks coming and doing his thing. They made a point to be very balanced, but that's what Sark wants to do as well too. He wants to be balanced as possible. But yeah, man, easily. I mean, Quinn's going to get way more than 4,000 yards. Oh yeah, half the Houston game. Was it half? I thought was it half or was it just the last quarter? But anyways, man, let me know what y'all guys think about this, man. How excited are you, man, about getting Niblack, the number 1 tight end in the transfer portal, to come to University of Texas? He just committed, folks. Man, you couple that with what Sark's doing in this transfer portal. Man, I don't think Sark's done yet, folks. I don't think Sark's done yet. We still got, somebody that could be half of the Muhammad Island, maybe. You know what I'm saying? Like, could you imagine the Muhammad Island here at Texas? That could be next. Sark's just doing what he wants, when he wants, and how, and just, how he wants to do it. And that's because he has the backing of, like this administration. They understand that Sark's the perfect hire for this job. And Sark understands that he's at a prime opportunity in a coaching time to where he knows he can get out there and potentially win it all next year. And I think he sees the writing on the wall that he can go out and do this thing next year, man. Cape says, hold on. Red Man says, I told y'all he was coming to the 40. Yeah, exactly. You said it. Cape says, we have 88 scholarships now. Like it or not, we have to lose guys. Yes, there are going to be some hard conversations had. But look here, man. We have 88 guys. We're definitely going to lose some guys, and there's nothing wrong with that. Every team needs attrition. But what Sark is doing, he's building the floor of this team. The floor of this team is going to be really high. It's going to be extremely high, right? I mean, extremely high. All right. So think about this for a minute. If your 4 wide receivers are Golden, Bolden, Bond, and Cook, if those are your 4 starting wide receivers, guess what your floor is? Your floor is Wingo, DeAndre Moore, Ryan Niblack, Parker Livingstone, Freddie the Boy Jr. Like, that's your floor, right? That's your floor, man. That is your floor. Nah, it ain't gonna be no Arch and Wingo. Wingo just moved in last week. All right. So, but that's your floor. Now look at your offensive line, right? So this year we had Christian Jones starting at right tackle, right? We had left tackle was Banks. You had DJ Campbell at right guard. You had Hayden Connor at left guard, and you had Jake Majors at center. Your floor for offensive line this year would have been these 4 players. It would have been Cam Williams, Cole Hudson, who started the entire year the previous year, and Neto. Like, those 3, that's your floor. Those guys could have played all over that line. That's your floor. And Connor Robinson, who had a hell of a game when he had to come in and play for Jake Majors in the OU game, right? So that's your floor, man. That's what Sark's doing. He is turning up the floor of this team. Look at the secondary now. Barron, Manny Muhammad, Terrence Brooks, you know what I'm saying? Andrew Makuba, Derek Williams, right? Now, let's say, for instance, Texas gets Jabbar Muhammad and he comes in. I would think Terrence Brooks goes to the bench for now, right? But they rotate DB so much. Your floor would be Terrence Brooks and Gavin Holmes. That's your floor. And then throw in Michael Taft, Jelani McDonald. That's your floor. We're in a great spot. We're in a great spot. So, look, man, put those comments in here, man. Let me know what you think about Niblack, coming to Texas and actually committing to Texas here. The transfer from Alabama, number one tight end in the transfer portal. Let me know in those comments. Let me know how you think about this. I'm excited about it, as you can tell. We just did a full 40-minute video here about that. And then how is Sark going to use him? How do you think he's going to use him? I'm going to address these next comments, and then we're out, folks. Cape says we're going to have to play everyone on the roster if we do make the playoffs, since they expanded it. That's a possible 3 to 4 more games if we make it instead of just 2. And I think you might be on to something, Cape. I think you might be on to something, because if we do have to play another 4 games, another 3 games, right? There's 16 games. You're going to have some injuries. That's the NFL schedule. There are going to be injuries, and that's why your floor needs to be high, right? That's exactly what, look, our floor at running back after CJ Baxter and Jaden Blue don't play. Our floor is going to be Trey Wisner, Savion Red, Jared Gibson, a 5-star, Christian Clark, high 4-star guy. That's our floor. So, man, outstanding. One last comment. Let me see. Harish says the playoff game were an offset to Brooks' true production. I think he only allowed 46% completion percentage from the season. Yeah, look, that's our floor. If Jabbar Muhammad comes, that's our floor. But that's what Sark's doing. He's building his team up to where the floor is going to be extremely competitive, and the guys who are going to be backups to some of these guys, like that are transferring in, could pretty much start for a lot of teams in the country. Sark is building something special here, guys. You got to love it. You got to understand what he's doing. I love it. I'm excited about this. Leave a comment in the comment section on what you think about this program, what you think Sark is doing, and how do you like the commitment of Niblack here to the University of Texas. But folks, we've been on here for about 40 minutes. I got to throw them horns up, man. Hook them all day long. And I'll hit you guys up later, man. Hopefully some new news tomorrow. We shall see.